The African continent is traditionally not one of those places where you would think that a lot of wealth resides. Well, the people we are going to tell you about today would like to disagree with you. These individuals, either themselves or through their families, have accumulated so much wealth that one can consider them to be African royalty. Oh, and contrary to popular belief, most of it didn't come from diamonds. Then where did the wealth come from? What sort of luxury are we talking about here? Well, out of the 1.2+ billion population, it would be naive to think that nobody lives that lavish life over there. So let's find out more. Despite the global situation, the wealthy in Africa are richer than ever before. Whether it was due to high share prices or good business opportunities, their pockets kept on getting fatter and fatter. So today we are going to take a look at the top 1% of the African continent. We are going to look at the top 10 wealthiest Africans in 2022. Who do you think is the richest? Do you even know of any rich Africans? Let us know in the comments below. Please give us a big thumbs up now if you are intrigued and intend on watching to the end. For those new here, welcome. Please join our growing family by hitting that subscribe icon. Make sure you all turn on that bell notification to all so that you guys can keep getting all of our new awesome vids 3 times weekly. Number 10. Aliko Dangote. Aliko Dangote has held the title of Africa's richest man for a long period of time. He's the world's 72nd richest person overall. What Bezos or Musk is to America, this guy is to Africa. Alhaji Aliko Dangote, a Nigerian business tycoon and philanthropist, was born on April 10, 1957. His is a story that is common with many other billionaires, as he began little and worked his way up, like many other billionaires around the world. He began earning money when he was in his teens. He used to buy cartons of sweets and used to sell them at his school. Well, most kids would have just eaten the candy themselves, but, well, billionaires are built differently. They are hardwired, pre-programmed, predestined to achieve greatness. For Dangote, reports claim that he worked 12 hours or more per day. Billionaires and their impressive focus. From sweets, he later went to the import and export business of agriculture products, and, well, the rest is history. Currently, he is the founder and chairperson of Dangote Cement, which is the largest cement producer in the country, and this is where the majority of his income stems from. On top of that, shortly before the Ukraine-Russian crisis, he opened a fertilizer company. Ever since, he has been raking in millions from selling his products to countries all over the globe as demand started skyrocketing due to the shitstorm happening in Ukraine. Well, it seems like somebody took economics seriously in high school. You know, the whole supply versus demand thing. The lower the supply and greater the demand, the more money can be made. These ventures have made him rich. Very rich. And by very rich, we mean north of $13.9 billion rich. Holy crop! Holy cement! Number 9. Johann Rupert and family. Well, the person who comes in second place isn't far behind. Johann Rupert nets in at an impressive $11 billion plus. While Dangote built his wealth, Johann has received a silver spoon in hand, coming from a wealthy family that is behind brands like Dunhill, Piaget, and many more. Rupert controls many companies, and you might be interested to know that he is the chairman of the Swiss-based luxury goods company Richemont. Heard of Bellevue? Yep, another Swiss-based company with brands including Jaeger-LeCoultre and Cartier. It doesn't get more lucrative than that. Ah, the rich Swiss brands. Maybe he yodels too. While Dangote is the richest man in Africa, this man is the richest person in South Africa. Let's not get too snarky with the comments saying that he is only second best. Let's all remind ourselves that our bank accounts are probably bleeding. We'd take second place on this list any day. Heck, we'd take 1,000th place, but we digress. Rupert is a pretty private individual, but all we know is that the man loves his cars and wines. So much so that he has even opened a museum featuring his car collection. Oh, and he is also quite the athlete and loves playing golf. Believe it or not, he was even a cricketer in his prime. Where do these billionaires find the time to be overall awesome? We feel accomplished doing one thing in our day personally. Whoops. Number 8. Nicky Oppenheimer and family. The man might look like a harmless grandpa nowadays, but you shouldn't forget that he comes from the family that owned the giant De Beers Diamond Company. You know, the evil company that was featured in DiCaprio's Blood Diamond, obviously with a different name. He currently has a net worth of an amazing $8.7 billion. Most of it comes from his sale of 40% of De Beers shares in 2012. After this sale, he focused most of his money on private equity investments. However, it seems like Nicky isn't following in the footsteps of his forefathers and has become quite a charitable individual. Oppenheimer gave more than $110 million to South African small companies in response to the COVID-19 outbreak. Maybe he has a little guilt in his life to repay? The man also loves playing squash and cricket, and there is even a small note in his office which says, "Things I have to do before cricket." Priorities seem in order. Number 7. Nassef Sawiris. Nassef Sawiris is an Egyptian businessman and a member of Egypt's richest family, the Sawiris clan. He has a net worth of around $8.6 billion. One of his most valuable assets includes a nice 6% ownership in the famous Adidas sportswear brand. In 2016, he was even appointed as supervisor director of the company in Herzogenaurach, Germany. Next, get this, he even has a 5% stake in Madison Square Garden Sports, which includes some recognizable names such as the NBA Knicks and NHL Rangers. We think he might be a fanboy. If this wasn't enough, he also runs a company called OCL, or Orascom Constructions, an engineering, procurement, and construction contractor located in Cairo, Egypt. You know where those cool pyramids are. What else can we say? Well, Nassef is also the CEO of OCI, a major manufacturer of nitrogen fertilizer which houses facilities in Texas and Iowa and trades on the Euronext Amsterdam platform. Good. That's it, right? Nope, there's even more. Did we mention yet that he is also the king of Lafarge Holcim, the world's largest cement company? Well, if not, add that to the list of credentials as well. Geez, while people talk about multiple income streams as being important, it seems like this dude took things to a whole other level. Such random but interesting investments. Again, how do they have time for all this stuff in their lives? Number 6. Abdulsamad Rabiu. Nigerian, billionaire, industrialist. Better than you in every way. These are just some of the terms that are synonymous with the name Abdulsamad Rabiu. What else would you call the founder of the BUA Group, a company that is busy in cement production, sugar refining, and real estate? Man, they sure do like cement down there in Africa. It seems like a gold mine. Or, in their context, cement mine? With a net worth that has quadrupled in the last couple of years, this man is an example of the rewards of hard work and strategic business decisions. After all, he is worth $7 billion, so he must be doing something right. So we are at about the halfway point, guys. If you are liking this video, smash up that like button as it shows us you're into it. Do subscribe and hit on the notifications bell if you haven't already considered it. Now, back to it. Things are going to speed up from here, hang on. Number 5. Mike Adenuga. Coming from humble origins, Mike Adenuga has slowly risen to the top thanks to his forays into telecommunication and oil production. Adenuga was granted a drilling permit in 1990. The following year, his Consolidated Oil became the first indigenous oil business to discover oil in a significant quantity in the shallow seas of southwestern Ondo State. Next, in 1999, he received a conditional GSM license. His telecom business, Globacom, swiftly gained popularity and began to compete with the enormous MTN Group. It started offering services in Benin in 2008 and has since expanded to Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire. Additional licenses are also being sought in additional West African nations. A growing network. With 55 million subscribers, today it's the third largest operator in Nigeria. Both these companies have allowed him to amass a fortune of around $6.7 billion. As for his personal life, he is married and has 7 kids. Well, with the money he has, it's enough to raise a small army, so we don't think 7 kids will be that big of a stressor in his life. Those 7 kids will need mobile phones. Thank goodness for being able to save on the phone bills. Seems like Mike's thought ahead. A planner indeed. Number 4. Eyad Redbrah and family. $5.1 billion is the estimated net worth of Algerian businessman Eyad Redbrah. C-Vital, his food company, is responsible for most of his success and riches. In 1998, he founded the company with the help of his accounting background. Before C-Vital, though, in 1971, Eyad invested in a client's metal company where he gained much of his business know-how. It only took 27 years later, where he then expanded into the food industry, which propelled him to a new level of wealth. Well, sure seems like the expansion paid off. One venture to another, from one type of company to another. The metaphor that diamonds are formed in extreme conditions comes to mind. This comes to mind for all of these hard-working, highly focused billionaires. Number 3. Nageeb Sawiris. The name sounds similar, right? Well, Nageeb is the elder brother of Nassef Sawiris. Their parents must be so proud. He is currently said to have a net worth of around $3.4 billion. The billionaire acquired his wealth after selling Orascom Telecom in 2011 in a multi-billion-dollar deal to the Russian telecom company Vimpelcom, now VEON. The real estate developer Aura Developers and Orascom TMT Investments both currently include him as a shareholder. Oh, and this man loves to party. He was seen in the DJ booth of a sold-out club in Cairo. Who says billionaires can't have fun? Number 2. Patrice Motsepe. The first black African to appear on the Forbes list of billionaires, Patrice Motsepe has a net worth of $3.1 billion and is the founder and chairman of African Rainbow Minerals. He started an African-focused private equity business, African Rainbow Capital, in 2016. Being a billionaire means multiple income streams, as you know by now. So, what are Motsepe's other venues? Glad you asked. Motsepe is the president and owner of the Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club. Motsepe is also the largest shareholder in the publicly traded financial services company Sanlam. Other than the business, he is also an avid sports fan. Due to his passion for sports, the billionaire owns the Mamelodi Sundowns and has stakes in the Bulls rugby team. He also paid to fly FC Barcelona to South Africa for a match against the Sundowns. His team lost, but he still won major points for being a huge fan. Yes, they are truly well-rounded individuals. Number 1. Koos Bekker. A South African newspaper publisher, Naspers, was transformed into an e-commerce investment and cable TV behemoth by Koos Bekker's leadership and vision. In 2001, he convinced Naspers to spend $34 million for a third of the Chinese internet company Tencent Holdings, making it one of the most significant venture investments ever made in the company. In 2019, Naspers invested in 2 publicly traded companies, the entertainment company MultiChoice Group and Prosus, which owns a share in Tencent. He currently has a net worth of around $2.1 billion. The man literally saved a newspaper company. He is a winner in our eyes, and the huge payoff doesn't hurt either. As we wrap things up, it sure seems like the common traits among these billionaires is pure grit and resilience. They are all extremely hardworking and highly focused into maximizing their potential into many different areas of business and income streams. So which one of these individuals impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, then please do hit that wonderful subscribe button, click on the bell notification icon, and tickle that thumbs up. Remember that we bring you 3 videos every single week, so do become a part of our family. Until then, tune into some of our other great content listed in the links below. Adios!